Okay, welcome to Flash CS5. This is also 5.5. What you'll notice is when you first open up Flash, you'll be getting this welcome screen. Now, if you don't want this screen, you can always click on Don't Show Again, and that'll actually get rid of it. But the good thing about this is that it also gives you access to some very quick commands that make your life easy. The first one is creating things from templates. If you know that you're going to be doing an advertisement or animation or some sort of presentation, you can actually click on those very quickly. And you can also click on More to see all the other settings that you have there. So in here they've already got some sample files, so you can see how you've actually got drag and drop sample. So if you want to make some sort of animation where you're just dragging and dropping some information, you can do that. Okay, if you go to general, it's got all of your general settings here, and it gives you a good description as to saying what this is being used. Now if you just click on a Flash project, that actually gives you all the different information that you have there. So each one of them, it tells you what it actually does and how it does it, and also you'll notice it tells you the size and the width there, so you can make those changes prior to actually clicking create the document. Okay, so we'll just cancel out of here. So that's all of your templates on the side there. Now if you want to, if you have any new documents that have been opened up recently, as you can see there, I've got one there, new document file. It actually shows you the recent ones there. You can click on open and see all the other files that you've worked with. Through here, this is where you create most of your documents. My advice is until you start using Flash successfully, I would actually just go with the ActionScript 3.10. Gives you the most amount of options that you can use. And then if you'd like to learn more information about Flash, here are some links that actually get you to a few different things as well. Okay, so that's the interface of starting up. So when you click on ActionScript 3.0, what will happen, it automatically opens up, and you will find that it has your default size of 550 by 400 pixels. You can just click on here to make those changes, or you can just click on the slider and you can slide left to right, and you can also change the background color if you wish. That's all of your publisher settings there. So if you want to quickly go to your publisher settings, you can click on there. You can choose which version of Flash Player is required to play this file, and a few other options there. You also have in here your color palettes. You've also got swatches that come out. Find here you've got your align tools as they come in there. If you want more information saying where you are, you can see the X and Y coordinates are changing as I'm moving through there. And so you can actually go through and also, this is your transform panel. Now you can also drag any one of these out. So for instance transform, I've dragged that out of that panel and I can put it wherever I want to, or I can put it back in there again. I can see it's gone back into that panel. Okay, so if you click on information, it tells you again where you are on the page. Okay, your align tools are there. Okay, also here you've got your transform tools, you can see through there. And here you have your library saying what projects you have in there. Okay, if you're doing any motion tweening or anything like that, you can see through here, and you can also see the full project. Now, say you've gone through and you've made a mistake where you've put a panel out here and you're going, I really don't want that to happen. How do I set it back to its default? Go up to Window, and once you've gone to Window, you can go to Workspace, and if you can click on Reset Classic, everything resets where it wants to be. Or if you decide you don't really like that workspace and be doing more animation, click on Animator and it'll bring out all of the tools that you'll actually need. So here you've got your line tools, your transform tools there, your color across here, you've got your scenes so you can see how many scenes you've made, and this brings out all the different tools that you'll actually require. And you notice your tools are actually set here instead of on the left hand side where they were before. So that's mainly how an animator would work. So if you decide that that's a workspace that you don't like, okay, I want to go through and say, look at a designer. So I give you the design tools that you need, and it changes things where it thinks you should be. Now again, if you're not happy with any of these things, you can go back to Window, Workspace, choose Classic, and it takes you back to your normal Classic. Now on the left hand side, you've got all of your tools here. So your first few tools are basically your selection tools, and what these tools do is select an object that you're working with and make some changes to it. Next tools are some of your creation tools, so you actually use these tools to create things. So as an example, you've got your pen tool, your type tool, you can line tool, you've also got your shapes tool, pen tool, and also your brush tool. Now with all of these tools, we'll have different settings when you actually click on them. You'll notice that your panels and properties will change over here as you select them. So you'll get different things that you can actually do. So for instance, I can change the size of the fill stroke, or I should say the stroke color there. I can change the color, and these are also being changed here. So there's several places where all of this can be changed. And also what you'll notice with some of these tools is that you can actually change straighten, smooth of the line. Now, for example, with straighten of this line, now if I do this correctly, that's a really bad color, you'll see it straighten up those lines. So what I'll do is change that to black, just so you can see it again. Okay, you can see my lines aren't perfect, but then it goes and straightens them up for me. So this is a great handy tool and little feature to make things simpler. So if you want to make something a bit smoother, there you are, that can smooth that out. And also you can use a selection tool, double click on the line, and you can smooth it out. So you can see just 2 clicks, that's actually smoothed it out for me. Okay, so there you go. So there's just some of the things you can do very quickly in there. Okay, timeline. So if you're just doing a drawing, you'll only use the timeline once, and what will actually happen through there is if you're doing an animation, this is a very important part of Flash. But if you're just doing some drawings, you can just do them in here, and that's there. You can also zoom in by fitting the window. Okay, you can make it smaller, you can make it large if you need to zoom in on an area. So all that can be done through this panel here as well. And up the top you have your basic panels of file, you can close it, you can save, just like you would in every other program that you have using Windows. It goes through and gives you those same sorts of tools. So your edit menu has the same things of cut, copy, paste. Okay, you can see you've got your control keys there. Using control keys will save you a fair bit of time. Okay, so that's the basic setup of how you would work in Flash.